What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Triple Threat Show. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday night. This video should be coming out around Monday night. If you guys see it on Tuesday, whatever the case may be, whatever day you're seeing it, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and just had a wonderful weekend in general. That just passed. I hope you guys enjoyed the. I hope you guys. I mean, straight off the bat, we're gonna go straight into it. I hope you guys enjoyed the first week of the preseason. We're back in full fledged. The NFL is back, and we have a lot to take care of. We have a lot of housekeeping to take care of in the NFL because it was a phenomenal weekend across the board. I'll be talking about the Patriots. Just so you guys know, yeah, the hair is still crazy, so we're just rolling with the hat until we get that all squared away and taken care of. But just across the board, we're going to be talking a lot of NFL today. The UFC came out with a big deal this morning. 7 year, 7.7 billion dollars, $1 billion deal with Paramount Plus moving forward. This is a deal that's been a long time coming, and we're going to be talking about that moving up, coming really, really, really soon here on the Triple Threat Show. And from there, we're just going to be, like I said, just talking a whole lot of football, dabbling a little bit in the baseball world, and then close the show out with some UFC. But before we move any further, I'd like to remind you guys to please like and follow the show for more Triple Threat Show content. And also, be sure to follow us on all our pages. TikTok, for me personally, if you just want my for my content personally, I got Boston Sports Takes. But to see the rest of the team, Jeremy Lapidus, Nolan Jambor, be sure to check out _Triple Threat Show on TikTok, at Instagram at 3 Threat Show, and then, of course, here on YouTube at the Triple Threat Show. It is a phenomenal page. We're growing rapidly. We're a young, growing group here, a bunch of young journalists that are just trying to break our ways into the business, and we love what we do. We love to talk sports, and we love to talk to you guys. So be sure to leave a comment, a like. Let us know what we're doing well. Let us know what we can improve upon. And if you have any opinions, questions, or concerns, those in the comments below. Appreciate you guys so much for coming out here on a beautiful August 11th. It is about 9:30 here. I know I'm a little bit late, and usually we usually come around here we usually go live at 8 o'clock sharp. Since I'm running my own show today. We got Jeremy on vacation, enjoying his nice summer vacation. We got Nolan, just somewhere. Usually, I think he's on vacation as well. Actually, I apologize. But across the board, we're here. We're ready to go, and let's jump in. I think it's only safe, or not only safe, it's only right that we start with the Patriots. I'm kidding. I lied. Let's start with Shador Sanders and the Browns. I know this is something that you guys have heard a lot about recently, especially with across the sports media, ESPN specifically. Loves to talk about this situation. Don't get me wrong, it's a big deal. But let's just get it out of the way here. Shador Sanders having his first start of his NFL career this past weekend on Friday night specifically. You could say it was a little bit of a big game. This is a guy in Shador Sanders that in the depth chart before the game, before anything, was listed as the number 4 quarterback on the list, aka the first man out, first man to be cut to not make the 53-man roster, because usually teams carry 3 quarterbacks. Just so you guys know. But this is a guy, Shador, that, I mean, his resume speaks for himself. Yes, he's the son of Deion Sanders. Yes, Deion Sanders was one of the best NFL players, NFL talents to ever touch the NFL field. All of that is true. This is a guy, Shador Sanders, that started at Colorado. This is a guy, Shador Sanders, that did really do well in Colorado, even though he did have a little bit of an interception problem. I will not disagree with that. He had an interception problem, an issue with throwing the ball into harm's way. But he was also really athletic. He was really good at offense and really good at distributing the ball in high pressure situations. He's a phenomenal player. And while some of that turnover problem might have something to do with the offensive line, definitely did, no doubt about it. There was no reason at all. I think we can all agree here that there was no reason for him to fall past the 3rd round. You could say, I agree with you, fall past the 1st round of the draft, no doubt. 2nd round, I have a little bit of an issue, but okay, cool. 3rd round, that's when I take a little bit of an offense. 4th, he doesn't get picked till the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. The Browns pick him up, and On top of all of this, oh, excuse me, I apologize. I thought I had a little bit of a sneeze there. We're right back. But across the board here, this is a guy in Shador Sanders that's been underrated so far in training camp. He's had a lot of, from everything that I've seen, a lot of people have loved him in training camp, and he's done nothing but turn heads and shock people over there in Cleveland. But like I said, before this game, he was listed as the fourth string quarterback. This is a team that also drafted Dylan Gabriel in the third round. So they have a little bit of a QB battle going on over there. They add Kenny Pickett as well off the waiver in free agency. And then, of course, you have Joe Flacco over there, the seasoned veteran that he is, that I personally think is going to start the season. I think it's just only fair. But the question is, who's going to get that second and third spot? Who's going to be the guy, the one man out of this group? Because only two out of these three guys can make the final roster. I would definitely say, without a doubt, like I said, Joe Flacco first. But Shador Sanders shocked me a little bit. This is a guy that actually did really well in his first game. 14 of 23, just over 200 yards. Let me pull up the exact. 14 of 23 with 138 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes. Did have a running score as well, or had 4 rushes for 19 yards. I apologize. Thought he had a rushing score. And I mean, this is a guy that didn't work with the number ones. He worked with the backup guys. You didn't have Jerome Ford out there on the offense as your primary running back. You didn't have Cedric Tillman. You didn't have David Njoku. Your number one target was, I can't even pick his name. I apologize. I'm not gonna butcher the names. But across the board, when we're looking at this team last night that showed up on Friday night, you have to give Shador a little bit of a break, and you have to be happy with him. 2 touchdowns, 14 of 23. I mean, you definitely want him to be a little bit more accurate with the ball and have some better pinpoint precision throwing the balls to have some better accuracy. But he didn't throw a pick. He didn't have a turnover. This is a guy, Shador Sanders, that did really well, I'd say, in his first preseason game, in his first action on the NFL, in his first real action in the NFL, period. So we have to be happy. I'm happy with it. I think he had a successful day, and I'm not exactly how I'm not sure how Cleveland is going to be organizing this. I don't know if they're going to have Shador going first. Oh, my nose again. Excuse me. Whew. Shador, I don't know if they're gonna have they had Shador go first, followed by Dylan Gabriel in game two, and then Kenny Pickett in game three. I have no idea how they're shaping this to go out to work out here. But I'm really happy with what Shador did. I think he did really well, and he worked with what he had. The Browns end up winning this game 30-10 across the board. I mean, they were playing a Panther squad that didn't really play their starters outside of the first quarter. They did play against Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Travis Etienne, of course, or Trevor Etienne. I apologize. Travis Etienne is with the Jaguars. Rico Dowdle. We saw our first sights of Trent McMillan, who had a really great game. Two receptions, 43 yards. Not a whole lot, but I mean, you didn't need to see a whole lot from him to know exactly what he had. He's a big time guy, and I expect him to continue to play really well over there. This is only the beginning from that. And then Adam Thielen had 1 catch for 10 yards. Yeah, this is just overall a Panthers team that played their starters, that worked to their strengths, that tried their best, they played good ball. You have to be happy about it. They played good ball, and the Browns just outplayed them. Outplayed some of the starters as well. Browns winning this one 30-10, like I mentioned. That's where we're starting. Now we'll go to the Patriots, though, because I actually am so ready to talk about this. This is the Patriots team that I was already high on. I came on here on Friday, and I was spreading roses. Everything. I was going crazy. I had the pom poms on. I was in my cheerleading outfit with my Patriots pom poms, just ready to go. I was, and I understand. If the Patriots went out there on Friday night and laid an egg, I was prepared to come here and say I was wrong. But I wasn't. Maybe I was, because I didn't do enough. Clearly, they deserved much more because of the way they played. The biggest blowout in NFL preseason history. 48-18. The Patriots absolutely thumped the Washington Commanders on Friday night. And it wasn't close. It was from the get-go. It was right out of the gate. Travion Henderson, his first touch, the New England Patriots' second-round draft choice, the running back out of Ohio State, comes out and puts on an absolute show, going for a 99-yard kick return on his first touch in the first play of the game. Has 2 touchdowns in this one, and on top of that, Drake May with a rushing touchdown as well. We'll get to the bad as well, but let's go over the good first. This is a team that really showed up big time. I mean, Drake May didn't have a whole lot of action. To only played his first series, went 3 for 5, 12 yards, and like I mentioned, had that rushing touchdown. But I mean, this is a guy that played really out of his mind. You saw a little bit of Josh Dobbs action as well, 5 of 12, had a rushing touchdown of his own there over there. We saw a little bit of Ramondre Stevenson. This is a little bit interesting. Are we going to see Ramondre Stevenson come out there? Are we going to see Travion Henderson? Who is going to get those number one? Who's going to get those first touches? If I'm a fantasy owner over there, don't take him 5th round. Just let him sit because he's not going to go. If anybody reaches out to draft him in like the 5th, 6th, 7th round, we're just doing a quick fantasy segment. If anybody does that, just ignore it. Just ignore him. And honestly, just pick the best draft choice. But if you see a Travion Henderson in the 8th, 9th, when you're trying to beef up that bench, stash a guy, draft Travion Henderson. I'm not saying he's going to be good at the get-go. I'm not saying he's going to get all the touches. But my God, is this guy going to be a monster for the Patriots. Not only as a kick returner, but as a running back as well. Physical, tall, big guy. Played really well across the board, and I was really happy with him. That was just one of the that was just the 2nd round draft choice. The other guy we got to talk about, Will Campbell. Can we talk about how good Will Campbell looked? Yes, he gave up the sack that led to Drake May's fumble that we'll get into a little bit later because I am a little bit worried about that. But Will Campbell played out of his mind. Gave up 1 sack, the strip sack, like I mentioned, but he also pancaked 3 different guys. And these weren't the scrubs. These were the first guys on the defensive team for the Washington Commanders. I'm not saying he went up against Von Miller and did it, but he did go up against the starters. Across the board, I'm just really happy with what I saw from the Patriots. And if it keeps up, I don't be plus. We're gonna talk. No, we'll get there when we get there. We won't. Let's simmer it down a little bit. I know it's a preseason. It's 100% deserved, and I understand. So we're gonna leave it at that before I get too overconfident, overexcited over here. But I was really happy with what I saw. I really was. Like I mentioned, we're gonna talk. Let's talk about the Drake May fumble. I am a little bit worried about that, flat out. You have to have better ball security on that. You have to have 2 hands on the ball because if I'm being honest, that was a Mac Jones-esque play. And I don't take that lightly. I don't like saying that. That is not something that I enjoy to say. Yes, was Drake May playing with the second string wide receivers? Yes. Was he not? Were there any of the first string guys or any of the guys that will most likely make the team? No. Efton Chisholm was your best guy out there for the Patriots. And yes, he's a guy that's been turning heads over there in New England through training camp. Had 6 receptions for 50. Huh? 6 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. Across the board, I'm just really happy with what I saw from this team because this is a great team. I mean, Josh Dobbs rushing touchdown, Drake May rushing touchdown. I'm pretty sure there was a commander pick 6 in this one as well. Defense was active as well throughout this game. I'm not kidding. I was really happy with what I saw. And if it's any sign for things to come moving forward, just watch out. There's a lot more preseason. There's 2 more games of preseason to watch, and we're just under a month away. We're about 25 because September 4th. We're about 25 4 days away from the start of the NFL year. September 6th is when it starts, so 26 days. I'm probably pulling those numbers out of my behind, but you guys know what I'm saying. The season is quickly approaching, but at the same time, keep an open mindset and keep an eye on those Patriots. Outside of that, I do want to give a quick update on the player from the Detroit Lions, safety Morris Norris. That is the guy that I'm talking about. The guy from the Detroit Lions, safety Morris Norris. And this is a 24-year-old kid that is really just trying to make a name for himself. Just trying to get it, just trying to find a spot on this Detroit Lions team. He had a pretty good game in that first game on Friday night. But things took a turn for the worse in the fourth quarter. As soon as the fourth quarter started, actually, being run over by Falcons running back, and just pretty much, long story short, taking a knee to the head, and it was not a pretty sight. I'm not going to sit here and describe the injury because it was nothing that's even worth mentioning. Josh Sailor's the running back for the Falcons, but just overall, just a tough thing to see. Was it Sailors? No, I apologize. It was not Sailors. I'm not exactly sure who it was. Regardless, the Falcons running back just running through tackles. Safety, Morris Norris running through just to make a simple tackle, simple wraparound tackle, going for the hips, for the knee area to make a tackle low. And the running back just went straight up to just full motion, full speed, just a bang bang play. Really unfortunate, but just went knee to the head of Norris, to the helmet. And next thing you know, Norris was on the ground. Norris was taken in an ambulance to a local hospital, and the game was actually suspended. Both coaches, Rashid Morris for the Atlanta Falcons, and oh my god, my brain. Why? Both coaches for both teams just coming out onto the field and saying, we're not looking at the referee and saying, we're not playing another down. We're either going to take knees till the time runs out or you guys are going to stop the game. And New York just made the call and said, game suspended. It was the right move to make in the moment. All the players coming together in the center of the field, taking a moment to pray for the young man. And just for a quick update about it, it looks like Norris is going to make a full recovery. He looks really good. He's still in concussion protocol nonetheless. But he has full movement in all his extremities. He's able to talk, able to move, and we're just so happy and so thankful that he's okay. That's just a quick update on that situation because that was a really scary one that night last night or on Friday night. I apologize. It was a really scary injury. I don't say that lightly because it was bad. It was something that when I saw it makes anybody that played sports shake to their core because this is just a game that a lot of these players just want to play. They love to play the game. Of course, they want to get paid for what they do on the professional level. I would too. But a lot of these players are just trying to fight for a spot on the team to play, just to fulfill their dreams. They're just playing their dream. They're playing their heart out on the field. So it's just really unfortunate to see. But yes, it was nice to see that he bounced back up and everything, or not everything seems to be okay, but everything is trending in the right direction over there in Detroit for Mr. Norris. Other than that, we saw two ties in week one. I think I mentioned this on Friday. We saw the Seahawks tie against the Raiders, and then we also saw the Dolphins and the Bears have a little bit of a tie over there. Really interesting to see. And then the only other pieces, two pieces of news, two. Before we get into the second one, let's start off with the Giants because this is a big deal too. I don't know how this went under the radar, but this was a big deal in the Big Apple. This is a Giants team that is holding four quarterbacks right now. Two, two real guys. It's 2-2. There's two races. You have Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson trying to fight for the starting job, and then you have Jackson Dart and Tommy DeVito trying to fight for that second round, trying to fight for that backup. We saw Wilson start the game, followed by Jameis Winston. Jackson Dart actually going fourth in the order, but actually having the best game, 12-19 for 154 and a touchdown. There's nothing you could complain about that. That was a great game from Jackson Dart. 3 rushes for 24 yards as well. I'm not saying it was anything beautiful, But this is a great step. This is a big step in the right direction. I mean, Jackson Dart starting off his career with the Giants in a hot way. A lot of people doubting Jackson Dart from college through the draft and now even through week one until week one, and still, we're not saying that he's going to be the starter, but he showed a lot of promise in that first week one of preseason. Nonetheless, it is still week one, and we have a lot more to cover with this situation. I cannot wait for my good friend and Giants mega fan, Jeremy Lapidus, to come over here and start talking some more Giants football. I would love to get his insight on what happened and what his thoughts are from a fan's perspective. But nonetheless, Jackson Dart, like I mentioned, Tommy DeVito going 10 of 14, 73 yards and a touchdown. Jameis Winston, 7 of 11 for 62 yards and a touchdown as well. And then Russell Wilson, 6 of 7 for 28. I have a feeling it's going to go Winston, Wilson, Dart, and DeVito. Wilson and Winston, hard to pronounce those names at the same time, tongue twister. But I think either of those are interchangeable. I think Jackson is third, followed by DeVito. DeVito's been a guy that's been on this team for a few years now. Hasn't really shown a whole lot of promise over there either, so I wouldn't be shocked if he's the first man out for the New York Giants. But other than that, the only other piece of news I have for you guys, we saw the second longest kick of all time kicked. Second longest field goal. Jaguars kicker putting up a 70-yard field goal. He is a rookie. I wish I had his name in front of my face right now. I'm so sorry. But across the board, it was a great kick. I mean, it was really impressive to see. Actually, it was really funny because both fan bases on around the field. It was hosted in Jacksonville, but we had some Steelers fans make an appearance as well. Everybody in the stadium was on their feet. It was just phenomenal to see. It really was. Cam Little, the kicker, 4 for 4, 70 yards, his longest. And it was a phenomenal kick. Jaguars end up losing this game 31-25 against the Steelers. And I mean, other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot actually. We didn't see Aaron Rodgers, so we have no Aaron Rodgers news yet about that situation. That's something that's most likely going to have to wait till week 3. Week 3 of the preseason. But we'll see how that takes on, what form that takes on as we enter week 1 of the regular season. Because of course, this is Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old, 42 years old. I don't need to play in the preseason. You know how Aaron Rodgers would be. Of course, why would he play in week 1? Why would he get any reps? He didn't play any week 1. He didn't play any preseason games with the New York Jets. So, nonetheless, this is what we have here in Pittsburgh. We're going to take a short break here. Coming up next, you'll see this next on the page. Just go to that icon, bottom left, hit the Triple Threat Show channel, go to the second video. Coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit about the MLB. Talk some Red Sox, talk some Blue Jays, talk some San Diego Padres. And across the board, honestly, the Brewers doing really well. Across the board, we're going to talk about the whole thing across the board in the MLB. We'll be coming right up next about that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.